be evaluated. Their works will be criticized by other researchers, and it will help you to advance your works in the future. So here I wrote that what better places than a conference to get the opinions, to get suggestions, to get criticisms of other researchers and students about your research. This is some reasons about the importance of attending a conference. Okay, any question about my explanations? Did you understand these information? Thank you. Okay, so if I want to explain in فارسی بسیاری از پژوهشگران تمایل دارند ابتدا ایده و پژوهش خود را به مقاله کنفرانسی تبدیل کنند، به این دلیل که در کنفرانس پژوهش شما توسط دیگر پژوهشگران مورد ارزیابی و نقد قرار می‌گیرد و این فرایند در بهبود و ارتقای کار تحقیقاتی شما در آینده از اهمیت بسزایی برخوردار است و چه جایی بهتر از کنفرانس تا نظرها، پیشنهادها و انتقادات پژوهشگران و دانشجویان دیگر را در مورد پژوهش خود دریافت کنید. Okay. So now I want to tell about some other reasons for attending a conference. Here, in many cases, these comments, suggestions, and criticisms help students and to improve and straighten the topics of their dissertations. And finally, here the final result, to submit and publish a journal papers. So, for researchers, they generally write some conference papers first. Maybe you write, for example, conference paper number 1, conference paper 2, and finally you improve the ideas of these two conference papers, and then you can write a journal paper. So for some researchers, these are initial steps to writing a journal papers. So it is easy for any researchers to obtain some, experiences to write a paper. They tend to write first some conference papers, and then by obtaining some useful experiences, they finally write their final journal papers. Dear Salah, we have a WhatsApp group. I don't know you already joined it or not, but we have a WhatsApp group, and yes, we have a group. We have already, and one of your friends created that group. If you want to join, please, I don't know, can you tell me, I think dear Lace, can you send the invitation link for your friend? Can you send it? Thank you, dear Hossein Jassan. Please join that group, and if you have any question and any inquiry about this course, you can send me messages. Okay, so this is another role of writing conference papers. So you, as a master student, maybe you can write some conference papers about your topics, and then finally you can write a journal paper. Okay, any question about my explanations? Any question, dear students? Okay. Uh, and here I want to talk about another reason about writing papers. You know, sometimes an idea or suggestion from another researcher may untie the knots in your research work. For example, you already chose a title for your proposal, but after a few months later, you stuck. Suppose that maybe you stuck in doing your research, and that is very frustrating, and this is a bad happening in your research processes. Maybe you can do anything, maybe your supervisor can't help you to advance your research, but you know, sometimes when you attend a conference, maybe another ideas and another suggestion from another researchers maybe solve some problems in your research, and so many researchers will attend a conference to obtain and to gain some useful comments from other researchers. So this is another reason for why we should attend a conference when you are master or PhD student. Okay, so here I will explain in فارسی. این نظرها، پیشنهادها و انتقادها در بسیاری از موارد به دانشجو برای بهبود و تقویت موضوعات پایان نامه و در نهایت چاپ مقاله ژورنالی کمک می کند. گاهی یک ایده یا یک پیشنهاد ارائه شده توسط یک پژوهشگر دیگر ممکن است گره از کار پژوهشی شما باز کند. Okay, so these are some reasons to why we should write a conference paper. Thank you, dear Lace, for sharing our WhatsApp group. And another one is getting to know other researchers at the conference may pave the way for future research collaboration with them. This is another reason why someone write papers, because when you attend a conference, you will know some other researchers and some professors. Maybe you ask them to give you their emails, their phone numbers, and maybe in the future you will cooperate with them in doing your research. I don't know, maybe in the future you will be friends, and this friendship will lead to a new research opportunity. So this is another reason to why we want to attend a conference when you.
Good afternoon, doctor.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, I have a question. In this situation, as I student, can I cooperate with another researcher in
Uh,
scientific paper?
okay. Don't forget that when you are a student, no matter master or PhD student, you should consult with your supervisor. Don't forget that he or she should let you to collaborate. You can't choose your researcher when you are a student. It must be under the supervision of your supervisor.
I understand this, but I mean it's legal actually, so it's not a problem if let's say the supervisor is okay with this. So there is no any issue about this.
Maybe you encounter or you face some issues because, for example, because you want to done your research thesis and you want to write some papers. maybe their names cannot be included in your papers. Okay, you
So
should
this is
ask
the issue.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, you know that, maybe there are some issues. I don't know. You should consult your department that, you know, out of the circle of the researchers, I mean supervisor, advisor, and a student, can be someone can be added to our group or not. And if so, can be possible to add their names when writing a papers or not? These are some questions that you must ask your department and especially your supervisor.
Thank you. Actually, I don't think it's gonna work. It's even if the name is the third name, because I am get the first one and the supervisor get the second name. I don't think editing their name is actually okay. I think it's not because I'm a student. But if
Yes,
I was a researcher, it's okay. There is no any problem about this.
you know that it depends on, but yeah, generally it can't be happen. But in some university, in some departments, and for some supervisors, there is no problem to add some researchers. Okay, for example, to add someone as an advisor. Okay, for example, uh, maybe you can add someone as an advisor to your research group, and it will be happen for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, doctor.
Thank you. Thanks for questioning. Okay. Any question about our subjects and explanations? Please ask me. If not, we can continue. So here in this uh, PDF session, I wrote important note number 1. It is recommended by me, especially. I recommend and I strongly recommend you to attend a conference while studying for a master or doctoral degree. Don't forget that. And if your supervisor agrees about that, it is very good experience for you, especially when you attend a conference while you are studying your master's or doctoral degree. Okay, any question? Dear Les?
Actually, I have a question about this notes. Is the conference should be national in Iran? It's okay if it's international? I mean,
It depends on your supervisor opinion. Okay, you can ask it, and I will tell you about the differences, and I will tell you how to find them. And maybe it is acceptable for you to write a national conference papers, or maybe you should write
the
an international conference paper.
attendance, not writing. Actually, in Iraq we have IEEE International Conference about
Yes.
engineering and their application. In my bachelor university, actually I am member in
Yes.
the comedy media in this conference. So it's not a problem if if I attend in this conference. It
You
is
should
an international.
don't forget that for journal papers and conference papers, it doesn't matter if it's international or national. You should consult your supervisor about that. Yes, it is right that it is a, for example, IEEE conference, but you should ask about the validity in the International ImamReza-University. Okay, uh, before choosing any names and titles about conferences, you should ask about the validity about
Yes,
that conference.
this is so clear. It's actually I am asking as a general. There is an international conference in Iraq, which is an engineering actually
I,
in
I,
our
I,
field. So it's not
I don't know
with the
about,
approval.
I don't know about
With the,
in Iraq country, but in Iran, I will tell you how to find them. Okay?
oh, thank you so
Okay,
much,
I will
doctor.
tell you
Thank you.
how to find the titles and national and international conferences. Okay, I will tell you. Okay? Thanks for asking question, dear Lace. So, for me as a lecturer, I recommend you, if it is possible for you, attend a conference, especially here. For example, you as a international student in Iran, so it is the best opportunity for you to attend some international conferences in some cities of Iran. This is a very good experiences for you, and also in your country and other worlds, if possible for you, other countries. Okay, so let me introduce a good website to find out some names of conferences in Iran. Here I introduce the website to find out the deadline for submitting a conference paper, the venue, I mean the location of conference that we held, and the title of national and international conferences in Iran. This is the website symposia.ir. So let me share my desktop to show you this website. Here, let me share my screen. Okay, can you please give me feedback? Can you see my desktop screen? Okay, thank you. Um, so let me search for this website, symposia.ir. This is a good website when you want to find uh, the time and the location of conferences that are held in Iran. Here, uh, you can see some titles. So you as a, let me use my Epic pen here. Okay, here there are some conferences in different fields of study. For example, engineering, agriculture, and other fields of study. But you as a engineering student, you should click on this button and you can see some engineering names here. For example, environmental conferences, uh, computer engineering conferences, civil engineering conferences, and other fields of studies. So you as a computer engineering student, you can click on this button همایش‌های مهندسی کامپیوتر. So here I click on this link. Okay, can you tell me, do you understand how to find computer conferences in this website? Can you give me feedback? Here we click on همایش مهندسی and then همایش‌های مهندسی computer. So you should choose this link. Do you understand my explanations about how to find computer engineering conferences? Yes, thank you. Okay, here you can see some titles about national and international conferences related to your field of study. Here, let me change the language of the website to English for you. Here, this is the auto translation. Okay, here, for example, number 1, the 8th National Conference on Modern Studies and Research in Computer, Electrical, and Mechanical Sciences of Iran. So this is the title of, this is a title of conference. Okay, here there are some useful information. You can see here, here related science fields. It means that here computer science students, electrical and electronic engineering students, and mechanical engineering students and researchers can submit papers to this conference. So don't forget that you should always pay careful attention about the fields of science that we covered in this type of journals. Okay, here the conference date. This is the date that conference will be held. And this is the location of the conference. Here you can see it will be in Tehran province and city of Tehran, for example, for this type of conference. And this is conference status. It means that you can submit your paper to this conference. This is accepting full text. This status is so important. Maybe it is closed, or maybe it is accepting full text. Full text means your conference paper file. Your file. It means that its status is accepting your papers, and you can submit your papers. And this is another important date. You know that translating is not good. It should be article reception. This date is so important that it means that the conference will be receive your articles until this date. So accepting paper is not good. A good translation from Farsi to English in this website. So these are some useful informations that you should pay careful attention to it. Title of the conference, fields of science, conference date, the venue and location of the conference, conference status, and article reception date. That are some important information. Okay, any question? Any question about my explanations? So if I back to Farsi, here we have 8مین همایش ملی مطالعات و تحقیقات نوین در حوزه علوم کامپیوتر، برق و مکانیک ایران، حوزه‌های تحت پوشش، علوم کامپیوتر، مهندسی برق و الکترونیک و مهندسی مکانیک. تاریخ برگزاری 15 دی ماه 1401. دانشگاه محل برگزاری همایش مؤسسه آموزش عالی خاوران. محل برگزاری استان تهران، شهر تهران. وضعیت کنفرانس در حال پذیرش مقاله و پذیرش مقاله تاریخ 31/4/1401. This is the solar calendar, and here some explanations in Farsi. Okay, so we talked about some details about, for example, the first title here. You can see another titles here. Let me again go to the English version. Here we have see some other titles, but don't forget that. Be careful attention this keyword national. Here again, the fifth national. So let me go here, national, and again here we have international. So you can also know about that which conferences are national, which means that that are valid in Iran, and some international titles that are valid all around the world. For example, as your friends name that say that name, IEEE conferences, for example, there are many of them are international. Okay, so uh, for choosing to attend a conference, don't forget that there are differences between national and international. National means milli in Farsi, and international means بین المللی. So maybe you prefer to attend maybe international conferences, but I said to you that it depends on the comments of your supervisor. Maybe he would say to you that you should attend a conference with this title, so you should do that. But if you have an option, you can choose between national or international conference among these titles. Okay, any question? Any question about these topics so far? No question? Okay. Again, let me go to the bottom of the page. Here we have 7th national, 8th national. Here the first national conferences in innovative research in electrical and computer engineering. But another important note for you uh, is that what are the meaning of these numbers? Can you tell
Can
me?
I
For
answer?
example, the
It's
80th, the
actually,
first,
if I
the
may say it
14th.
correctly, it's the version of occurrence of that conference. It's mean
Can you
it
tell me
has
about the
been
importance
14
of this number?
conference in
Yes,
this
yes,
field,
of
and
course.
this name has been happened in the previous years. Sometimes it can be a two conference in 1 year. Sometimes one conference in in just single year. So thank you, Dr. Sam.
Yes, 1 year. Yeah. Yes, yes, thank you. Yes, it's a good explanation. But here I want to explain another thing. Here, the larger or bigger, the larger this number, as one of your friend explains correctly, The older the conference, the older the conference,